I'd like to show you a really good piece of writing that was turned in. One of the reasons that Pluto is not a planet is because of its orbit. Pluto's orbit is more of an oval shape and it doesn't follow the same pattern as the other planets. Pluto's orbit goes into Neptune's. What an excellent paragraph and an interesting way to start this essay. I would actually write a stronger introduction and use that as the second paragraph. And in my introduction, I would use commas in a series like we've talked about before. When we look at the other paragraphs, Pluto is too small to be a planet. Pluto is smaller than the rest of the planets that orbit the sun. Its size is a reason that Pluto isn't another planet. Excellent use of the word its. Notice it does not have an apostrophe, nor should it. Pluto is the farthest away from the sun, but is not a gas giant. Planets that are far away from the sun are usually gas giants. Pluto is rocky and dense, while the other faraway planets aren't. A planet is usually big enough to have enough gravity to get rid of celestial objects. Pluto is not the moon of a planet, but also isn't big enough to get rid of objects. Pluto is considered a dwarf planet because of that. That last sentence, I would change the that, and I would change it to something like, for these reasons, for all of these reasons, for all of the reasons we just talked about, something like that. So I would strengthen the introduction and make it more formal. You know, Pluto used to be a planet. It's not considered a planet anymore. It was reclassified because of, and then we look at the things that are in these great paragraphs. Its orbit, its size, its distance. Pluto was reclassified and named a dwarf planet because of its orbit, its size, and its distance. This person did a really good job with their writing. I so appreciate that they took the time to spell check, to start every sentence with a capital letter, to end with punctuation. It's logical. It has good flow. So in addition to stronger introduction, and maybe firm up the conclusion a little bit, the way to hook these paragraphs together would be to use sequence words or transition words. First, Pluto's orbit is different, blah, 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 blah. Second, Pluto's size. You can talk about it being too small for this or too big for that. And then the last part, it's further away. Okay. This piece of writing is great, and I would give it like probably a 3.5 if I were grading this in class. But for everybody, this piece of writing is a great example of how to do something and do it well, and how to make it just a little bit better.